Hi, Capricorn born fam. Welcome to our full moon collective reading for May. Whether you're finding this on the day of or you're finding it days or weeks or months into the future, you're finding it when you're meant to, so don't worry too much about the timing. Today we're working with one of my favorite decks, the Sacred Animal Oracle, and this is something that is a little new to this whole newsletter and community, and I haven't done anything quite like this before, but it's something I've practiced and found to be really useful when I've had it done for myself, so I wanted to offer it to all of you to go in a bit more depth with some of the messages and be able to do that a little bit more fluidly and easier without writing things in the email, at least for this purpose. So take a few breaths, think about what you most need to hear, and pick a card. I'll be going through each pile separately and the cards that correspond with it, so you'll be able to jump ahead to where your card is, cards 1, 2, and 3. Again, I'm not attaching any kind of theme to this. It is spring, so you may want to ask a question around what you're stepping into, but let's stick with what you most need to hear. So choose your card, and I will see you in a second. Okay, welcome, pile 1. This is Horse Spirit. This is all about exploring freedom in your life, and again, what do you most need to hear right now? We're going to let the cards decide that. This is a little bit different than what I've done, again, in other readings, but I'm going to see what comes out of this. You might have seen some of these decks before. Some of my favorite. Got some tarot and some oracle in here. We're just going to go with whatever feels good as far as what we're using. So we're going to do 2 of those as well. And we'll get into some of the tarot here. What do you most need to hear this spring? What do you most need to step into? If you don't want to watch this shuffly bit, you can always fast forward. But there's a couple cards here that really want to come out. We got one more, and we'll get started. Right, I think that's those look good to me. So let's dig into this pile. So again, we're exploring freedom. The horse spirit is about freedom. This is freedom of choice. This is sovereign freedom of just being a human being on this planet. This is freedom of expression. This is whatever freedom means to you, and however that rings true in whatever you're going through right now. How can you bring in some of that freedom into your life and into your day-to-day actions and into your community? So that's what we're going to look at right now. And we're going to start off with these beautiful tarot cards. The Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, one of my absolute favorites. Temperance. We've got the Queen of Blades or Swords reversed. And we've got the Knight of Coins reversed. Interesting, we've got two Knights of Pentacles. I'm just going to move this a little bit so you can see all of them. This is big. So again, Pentacles are the suit of the earth. It's the suit of the things that we use and touch and feel. It's our bodies, it's our homes, our finances, our money. It's all of the stuff, like the physical stuff. Swords are associated with the air. They are the suit of our thoughts. And the other suits, cups, emotions, wands, are kind of about our life force, our life energy. So this is a big sort of real world message in terms of, we've got 3 pentacles here, and 2 of them, we've got kind of like the full energy of the knight, because we've got the reverse knight and we've got the knight upright. And the Knight of Pentacles is really wonderful energy. And when we're exploring freedom, there's just this idea of like grounding yourself, trusting yourself, using your resources the way they most want to be used. That seems a little vague, but what is showing up to sort of rise up and meet you right now in your physical, real world life? So the Knight wants to move towards goals, and the Knight wants to make change, and the Knight wants to show up. The Knight energy is always kind of moving forward, but Pentacles is really asking you to look at, especially with both of these, look at both. Where are you maybe not planning very well? You're trying to get to something, but it is not, you may be missing a resource that's available to you, or you perhaps aren't taking up someone on their offer. It could be any of those things. So really looking at your real world resources, because the 9 here, the 9 is all about luxury. It's all about enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is, I mean, when we think about freedom for this group, and we think about the exploration of what you most need to hear, you really need to embrace the abundance that's in your life and really like lean into it. This is physical stuff. This is food. This is water. This is your home, your bed, your clothes, your body. Really embodying the physical things. And it does include money. It includes money, finances, all of the things that you would consider in the abundance category. This is all about finding freedom in what you've created and in what you have. Recognizing that you have so much already. Maybe stopping a little bit of that night chase and grounding yourself into all the things you have. Make a list of all the things you have. Like, really savor everything. Savor your warm shower. Savor your soft pillow. Savor your cup of coffee. Savor just how cozy you are if it's raining outside. Whatever it is, really get into your body and into your physical world and really ground yourself in that and enjoy it. Just enjoy it. And Temperance is here to sort of back that message up. Temperance is all about finding harmony and balance and just recognizing that even though sometimes we want to like ignore or kind of just look for more, even though we have a lot of abundance, Temperance just wants you to kind of take a minute, find that equilibrium, find that like comfy, cozy, just full, satiated place. From there, there's so much freedom that is available to you. And the queen is so, she's so clear. She's so powerful in her thought and in her action. And it's taken her a long time to get there. And that energy is within you too. But reversed, it's a reminder for you to just don't doubt yourself in this process. Don't let yourself second guess all this and get stuck in your head. The queen loves to get, the queen of swords or blades in this case, loves to get stuck in her head. And she is wildly effective when she's not stuck in her head. But this is, again, just a reminder that like this is about feeling into the earth, really savoring your abundance. This might even be, a metaphor for this is sort of like the next time you eat something, like chew slowly. Pay attention to how the texture feels inside of your mouth. Pay attention to what the flavors are like. This this is sort of like, take a day in your life and savor textures, savor temperatures, savor touch, smell. Get into all of your senses and really enjoy that simple freedom. It is a simple freedom. It's this beautiful, magical planet. And right now, we are coming into spring, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. All of that earth and abundance is just shooting up at us, literally out of the ground, much like this. And it's just a really nurturing space to step into, especially if you feel like your life is a little chaotic right now and stuff is kind of hitting the fan. So let's see what our other cards have to back that up. Passion flower. And that is all about surrender. Yes, yes, yes. This is surrendering to this magic, surrendering to the earth, surrendering to let's just bring it back to the five senses. Just really getting into your body. Maybe there's a somatic practice that you want to try. It's all about this incredible space that's available to us when we just let go and kind of step into what we already have. It's already right there. You can touch, you can smell, you can see, you can hear. You have food, you have water, you have shelter. It is a beautiful thing to just savor. So surrender indeed. Oh my, my. One of those powerful, incredibly beautiful plants. So psilocybin, commune, and what I get when I see this and what comes through as a message that's really powerful to share is if you're called to work with this plant, there is no other plant that will get you right into the earth's arms. I mean, this plant is the earth plant, and it is like a big hug from the mother. If it's not something that calls to you, if it's not something that's accessible to you, again, it's not legal everywhere. This idea of communing with nature, just finding ways to connect with everything we've talked about. I mean, this really is your key right now in this season. Your key is to just get into that earthy, physical, six senses, maybe six, five senses, and just enjoy. All right, we've got two more. And of course, need I say more about that? You can do this. Anyone can do this. This is available to you. And that's also a beautiful way to wrap this up too. You know, give this process time. Don't just be like, oh, I did my 2 minutes barefoot out in the grass. If that's all you've got, that's better than nothing. I'm not going to say don't do that. Do whatever you can, but work with this a little while. If you're really in the shit, if life is kind of throwing you a bunch of crap right now and you're really just feeling tied down and that freedom is not really accessible to you, there's so much freedom accessible to you just in these small relationships with the earth and the physical things in your life. They really have so much to offer you, and you can find so much peace and really just this sense of being held. So I invite you to access that and see how you feel. See what kind of energy comes up. See if in any way at all you feel that tightening, loosen a little, that freedom of just being here in this universe, on this planet, if that rings any bells for you. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon. Hey, welcome pile 2. This is the beautiful skunk spirit. And this is all about knowing your worth. This is also a smoky quartz, if you're interested in checking out one of those beautiful gems. Knowing your worth. So this group, pile number 2, we're asking what you most need to hear right now. That is what's coming through as I kind of was asking the question earlier. But the thing is all of us have, and I've been working with a lot of folks lately that are kind of in this space, but there's a lot of kind of self-doubt, imposter syndrome, feeling kind of poopy about yourself, floating around. And maybe you're not even in that space, and that's beautiful. I mean, good for you that you're feeling really good, but then this is also a strong reminder to step into whatever you need to step into. So this skunk spirit is really lovely. We're going to do a couple oracle cards here in this pile. We're going to explore again, what do you most need to hear right now, moving into spring. Ooh, that one. I'm going to probably use some tarot. Just see what messages are coming up for you. It's a beautiful time of year. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's May. Everything's growing. And if you ever want to fast forward through these shuffles, you totally can, but I kind of like to just talk over them. Let's find out what you most need to hear. All right. Okay, so we're really focused in on this idea of knowing your worth. And there we go, 9 of Wands. Wands are related to fire. They are all about your life force energy, like just the thing that makes you want to create and explore and fall in love. It's just that life force that we all have. It's a beautiful energy. And the 9 is all about for this, when in context of like knowing your worth, like really thinking about like continuing to give of that part of yourself. It's a wonderful thing to, I've heard creation is a form of prayer, which is a whole other conversation. But this idea of really embracing your ability to move energy through the world. Ah, yes. Well, the Fool is my favorite card in the deck, or at least one of them. And the Fool is the beginning and ending of a cycle. The 9, you're sort of coming through giving a lot of yourself and maybe not feeling that great about it, maybe feeling okay. But I get with this group that like there needs to be this like sense of kind of a reset. Like, okay, I've got this. Like, let's not dwell on the stuff that you might be feeling poopy about, but instead recognize that like everything goes in cycles. And the Fool has this beautiful way of taking your hand in moments when you probably need to shake it off and step into something that might be scaring you a little bit. So in action like that, when we're asked to do something new or trust something new or rely on something new or just step into a whole new, maybe a new job, maybe you move, maybe you're going to become a parent, whatever. This really calls up who we are, this worth, and we all are worthy. We all are valuable. We all have something to give. And so don't be afraid to step into that. Don't be afraid to really, really rock the Fool energy and say, you know what? I've been putting a lot into stuff. I've been really giving of myself to my family, my friends, but like, I need this for myself. I need to step into something where I feel really good, and I'm going to do it. I'm just going to say yes the next time I'm asked. I'm going to stop saying no, get out of my cycle of talking myself out of stuff, and I'm going to do something for myself that feels really good. And in that process, we get to know ourselves a little bit more. And the 8 of Swords reversed, Swords all about our thoughts, our worries, totally being in our head, and the 8 is no exception. Reversed, it's like, remember that in doing these new things, you're likely to have moments of doubt, and it might even be a little scary, and you might just be going around and around in your head. But the key here is to know that that's normal and that you'll get through that. You will get through that. You have the Queen of Wands reversed. This is self-reliance. She is magnanimous and she is social and she is that energy in you that wants to get out and make friends and do stuff and step into something new. But reversed, this is self-reliance. This is trusting the self to step into something with all of this energy you have, all of this just deep, this well of life force. And know that like whatever comes out of that, whatever you create with that has worth. And that like you are meant to step into this. So whatever you've been doing to sort of like put it off or talk yourself out of it or get scared and nervous, now is the time to really, really dig into that self-reliance and step forward. Let's see, one more tarot card here. And that's exactly right. So we've got the 10 of Wands again, rods in this case for this deck, beautiful deck. It's the Antique Anatomy Tarot. So the 10, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. The 9, well, good for us because the 10 is a little bit scarier. We've got 9 of Wands twice. So one is reversed, one is upright. That means we're dealing with the entire energy of this particular card. This is all about knowing that everything that you've done, everything that you've put your time, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears into, that like it is good and it will continue to be good, and you have done your best, but it is time to recognize your worth. It's time to step into something new for you. This cycle of giving of yourself and giving of your energy and getting in your head about it needs to move into, like, this needs to become self-reliance, and this needs to become a new chapter for you. So that's a great thing. Let's see what these cards have to say. And exactly that. I mean, just like the Fool's kind of saying here, like, take a field trip, do something new. Say, I've already said this, but say yes to something that you normally would talk yourself out of or get kind of in your head about or hem and haw about. It's in taking these chances and in starting these new cycles where we really get to know ourselves. We really get to tap into, hey, I did that. Hey, I totally did that. You're going to feel good. It always, excuse me, it always feels good to take that chance. Maybe you go to a class, you sign up for a class, and maybe it's like just okay, but you're going to come home and you're going to be like, I did that. And maybe it's a little strange to consider starting like a whole new chapter of stepping into something new, and it might even be a little awkward at first, but when you take these chances and go to these new places, you're going to have more of that amazing feeling, that worth that maybe you're not feeling very connected to right now. So let's see. Oh, and there you go. It's important also to reflect while you're doing this. I mean, these cards I really like because they're pretty straightforward, but reflect can be all kinds of things. And I think in this case, I am getting kind of a strong message of just a mirror. So what's being like held up to you right now as a mirror? So when you think of like, what are you looking at that's telling you what you're worth? Like, what are you looking at in your life? What are you responding to? What's being reflected back to you? Is there something that you're responding to that's making you think, either think crappy thoughts or think that, your worth is in question? Is it a person? Is it a performance at a job? Is it just, I don't know, but not only reflecting on this, but recognizing that these forces in our life do serve as like a mirror. And how are we assessing the quality of our life? How are you assessing the quality of your life, pile 2, by the mirrors that are being held up for you? And are you getting down about it? Or are you learning from it and taking new action from it? Taking a different road, taking a trip, literally or figuratively. All right. This is such a pretty deck. So purity, this idea of purity. And the reason I think that card just really sings for me right now is because nothing can touch that. There's like nothing that can touch your worth as a human being. So no matter what's being reflected back to you, no matter what kind of poopy thoughts are going on in your head, no matter how you're feeling about your life in general, like there is a pure gift that you have, this wand energy, this life force. You have so much to give. I mean, you've got wands all over this reading, and it's such a beautiful thing to be able to give that to the world, to give your creative force, to give your passion, your love, and it's pure. So don't overthink it. Try this new thing, step into this new cycle, and know that whatever comes out of you is you. It's your gift. and radiance. And there you have it. That's how it should feel. Radiant. You know, that's how you should feel. Radiant. Radiant as just being lucky enough to be a human being on this planet with the ability to create and make and do and give and offer your essence to the world. So whatever new cycle, whatever old cycle needs to be shaken off, and whatever new cycle, like, take that fool's hand, step into something new with all of your gifts and all of your creativity, and just go for it. So hope this was helpful. Beautiful message for you. I'm very excited for you, pile 2. This is good stuff. Thank you. All right, pile 3, Lion Spirit. This is a good one. As I said, you know, just think about what you most need to hear right now. Stepping into spring, any kind of messages that are coming through. We're gonna look into those today. Got a couple oracle decks. If you want to fast forward through the shuffling, I mean, I talk a little bit, but you can do that too. We're looking at what you most need to hear right now. I like that message. I think it's, you know, a lot of times people come to me when I'm doing readings and they're like, I just don't know, you know, I don't know what to ask. And that's fine. Maybe nothing's coming up for you right now. So let's let the cards kind of dictate what happens. Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit, it says. We'll get into that in a second. But that's the theme for this group, being generous of spirit. So however that resonates with you, this is a lovely card. You know, I'm getting this, there's a couple of things coming through when I think of that, and one of them is, you know, if you're wanting to connect more in the world around you, if you're wanting to feel less alone, one of the best ways to do that is to give to others. So perhaps for this group, if that resonates, seeking out someplace you can volunteer, somewhere you can donate your money, someplace you can just be with other people, that might be a big one here. And also, this could be just a reminder for some of you. You know, maybe you've been in your head and you've been going and constantly thinking about work and kids and blah, blah, blah. But like, this is powerful medicine, generosity. It's like, it's really powerful medicine. It always feels good. So find where you are on this spectrum of reconnecting with generosity. And we're gonna see what the cards have to say for you about what you most need to hear. It's got the 8 of Wands. Wands are all about our life force energy. They're connected to fire. They're connected to like where we create from, where we fall in love from, that passion, that thing that makes us human, that life, or makes us alive, that life force energy. And the 8 reversed is, there's something kind of, again, it kind of speaks to what I was saying. For those of you that are just feeling a little disconnected from others and a little bit from your own, there's something blocking your connection to, you know, the deep generosity of creativity and spirit that we all have. So, and I think a lot of the times with the 8 of Wands, it's the result of kind of unintended patterns or behaviors, habits, day after day kind of things that we're not, it's kind of like walking through life and, you know, working through different energies that can feel burdensome. You know, the 8 wants to move forward, but there's just this kind of blockage. So there's so much potential for people in this group who chose this pile to really like release some amazing stuff into the world. This is really, really positive. And it's a reminder to, you know, this card doesn't show up saying, oh, you have a block in energy. It's there to tell you that you have so much available on the other side of that. So we're going to see what else is available here. Beautiful. So the Cups is all about our emotional center, the the way we feel, the way we hold ourselves emotionally in the world, and different from that life force energy. The cups, the 9 of Cups is very positive. It is speaking to your ability right on the other side of this, to feel very satisfied, to feel, this is the card of satisfaction, to really feel good, just good. And that the key to this block, really, it just keeps coming through, is like connecting with others in a way where you are of service. So this is like if you're looking for that medicine, you're looking for that satisfaction, you're feeling kind of like in your life, whatever that sound means to you, how can you be of service? How can you help? So that's beautiful. Another wand. So now we're reconnecting back with that energy. And the 4 is such a good one. The 4 is this space of like harmony, of balance, of like, yeah, you're using this energy, you're tapping in, and you are celebrating, you're creating, you're using that energy in a joyful, beautiful way. So this progression is so lovely. And it is, if you're feeling like, yep, I've got this energy that I know I could be doing more with, really lean into what sounds like it could be kind of fun. Like maybe you go pick up trash at the park and that feels really good. Maybe you go volunteer at a school. Maybe you write a big check to the animal welfare place. I don't know. But like getting around this block to the satisfying use of your energy is doable. There is so much available to you here. And it's just very fun to see these cards in this order because it's almost like a key and a lock. Like just to unlock this, because if we flipped it around, that is energy pouring out of you. That is momentum. If we can unlock this, it leads to satisfaction. It leads to really positive use of your energy, of your life force. And again, I think generosity and service is a big key for you right now. So sit with that a little bit. We've got a couple more tarot cards here. Ooh, we've got the 2 of Swords, or blades in this case. This deck, kind of old-timey, so it changed the name of some of the suits. This is all about making that decision. So swords, blades, all about our thoughts. And the 2 is definitely about making a choice, maybe not being able to fully see the answer. And I think when you're stepping into this, like, well, how should I be generous? Or like, how can I unlock this energy? You are going to be kind of thinking a little bit about like, well, I could do this or could do that. So it's okay that you're stepping into decision time right now. Just listen to your heart, listen to your gut. Try, even though, this is decision from the head, so don't get too wrapped up in it. Really trust that the right thing is going to come your way. And let's see if this next card holds any wisdom around this decision. All right, this is a great one. 7 of Coins or Pentacles, reversed. This is also, as you're making this decision, as you're figuring out how to really offer some of the best of you to the world, be patient. Be patient. The 7 of Coins is very much about kind of, not doubting if you plant a seed that it's going to grow. You don't stand there all day watching it. You don't dig it up if nothing happens right away. So this is a process, which may mean, and again, this card really kind of indicates this, like you might try something. Let's just, for the sake of example, say that you go volunteer to play music at the nursing home for an afternoon, and you just don't feel that unlocking. It doesn't bring you here. That's where this process is part of this. Like, you might not hit it on the first try, and don't get discouraged, because you're going to learn, and you're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to meet nice people. It's going to be a good experience no matter what, but don't get discouraged if the first decision you make, if the first step you take toward unlocking this energy doesn't quite feel the way you thought it would. Be patient, have faith, really know that this is going to be okay. So let's see what the oracles have to say for you. All Oh, beautiful. So we've got lavender, which is the weaver. And that's exactly it. This is like someone that I care about dearly used to always say it's part of life's rich tapestry. And that is what this is. Like you finding your way back to your generous life force creative center and how to connect to others and bring that back into your community, into your life. This is like a dance. This is the weaver is such a great symbol for that. So this is something that is unique to you, and you only can do this the way you do it. So once you unlock that energy, like it is a force to be able to serve others and do something in only a way that you can, in only a way that people appreciate, and in the way that you do it is just going to feel so good. So stick with it. Oh, that's beautiful. So we've got metamorphosis. And indeed it is. This is an energetic metamorphosis. This is a personal metamorphosis. And this is also a different way of you showing up in your community structure. So, lean into this door opening for you. I mean, again, there's so much satisfaction available. There's so much, who doesn't, messing these up, but who doesn't want to see their creative life force expression manifested in the world in a way that feels great, feels so good. That's what everybody wants. And so this is, you're creating this for yourself. This is something you are making, and it will change you for the better. So this is very exciting, really good stuff. We've got 2 more cards here. Let's see what we got. Be clear about what you want. There's back to that decision thing, right? Listen to your gut, listen to your heart. What is it that you're doing, and who are you connecting with when you feel your best? Like what does this look like to you? And there it is. That's a great one. And it's, it's a word we hear all the time. It's definitely something that comes up a lot, but have gratitude for all the things you're able to do and all of the opportunities that are coming your way and everything in your life. Just if you can spin it through a lens of gratitude when you're feeling low, like that's going to change everything. And enjoy this process. This is a beautiful, beautiful place to be. How can you serve? I can't wait to see where this takes people, and please let me know if anything beautiful comes out of it.